Hi, I'm Nadia.
And I'm Nicole. Welcome to the Wealth Twins channel. In this video, we're going to share some tips on how to live frugally in New York City.
We are native New Yorkers, and we want to share with you how to live your best life in New York. You'll be able to go out, eat well, and live in great neighborhoods while being frugal so your money lasts longer.
No struggle life needed here, folks, okay? Now, if that sounds good to you, then hit that like button and let's get started.
Now, if you're like us and don't want to have a bunch of roommates while you're living in New York City, then here are some frugal tips that will help you out. It is an unwritten rule, especially in hot parts of the city, that you have to make at least 40 times more than the rent that's being asked to even be considered as a good candidate for the apartment.
Now, this is also besides having a good credit score, guys, all right?
Yep. Rent in the hottest parts of the city can be expensive, and the 40 times more rule forces people to have to get a bunch of roommates.
That is why you see so many people sharing apartments even when the apartments are tiny. Now, I don't know about you, but feeling like you live in a dorm room or a barracks does not scream sexy or desirable to me. If you don't want to put yourself through that and you want to get the best bang for your buck, then you have to think like a native New Yorker.
Yeah, one of the best ways to get a great apartment is to first look in areas that require a 10 to 15 minute walk to the train station. There are usually buses that also run along that route, so don't worry, okay? We say keep it within the 10 to 15 minute walk because the last thing you want to have to do is have to wait for the bus, especially in the wintertime.
It gets cold in New York City, guys, okay?
Yeah, so you want walking to always be an option.
Now, since we mentioned buses, let's talk about how you should also use public transportation to get around the city.
Yep.
We admit Uber is convenient, but it gets to be expensive real quick.
Real quick.
Also, real New Yorkers never take taxis, so stick to the subway when you can.
Mm-hmm.
Take the money you save on Uber and use that towards a better apartment that's near public transportation.
Yeah. Apartments are a bit farther from the hottest parts of New York, but close to the train stations are usually reasonably priced, bigger, and have less competition. And these areas are usually quieter too. So if you go out on a night at a time, want to come back and sleep, that's not a problem.
Yeah,
okay?
The key is to ask yourself what is more important. Living in the coolest part of the city and in the mix with about 5 roommates or more, or living on your own and maybe adding just 1 roommate and having more space to share.
Yeah, if you can't choose and want a mix of both, hang out with the friends who live in the trendy neighborhoods, then go back home to the bigger, better place with less people.
That's kind of shady, but it works, right? It's good stuff.
Some of the neighborhoods you should look at for better deals are Kew Gardens, Ocean Hill, Briarwood, and Cypress Hills. These are a mixture of Brooklyn and Queens neighborhoods, and they're still hot, okay?
Nadia is letting some neighborhoods out that you might not know, so take some notes, okay? Because these are still neighborhoods that are great neighborhoods
under the radar,
okay? Nightlife in New York is also one of the things that can make this city a great place to live, but can be very expensive. You can easily blow your whole paycheck on just one night out on the town.
Yep.
So if you want to live frugally in New York City, the first thing you need to do is learn how to get to the club early.
Yep. Getting to the club early works especially well if you're a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, guys, but you know the clubs love the ladies, so we get the perks, all right? Clubs want as many women as they can to get there because it makes for a better night. The girls show up to the club, more guys come, they're more willing to buy more drinks to impress and more bottles, all right?
Exactly. Now, to make it worth it for women to show up early, these clubs and bars will usually have a lower door fee or maybe no entrance fee at all if it's before 11 p.m. So, guys get the benefit of the lower fee too. On top of that, saving on entrance fees, some places even give drink tickets or even a special happy hour to the early birds.
Yep.
The club owners want to fill up the place quickly, so use that to your advantage.
Yeah, if you don't like getting to places early, you can get friendly with a club promoter and get on their list, okay? Now let's get to eating well in New York. This is an expensive city, and one of the expenses that comes right under your rent is food.
They never lied, okay?
This is one that we both had to learn how to rein in. Food delivery services like Grubhub are very popular here, but they are all expensive. If you don't want to cook but want to save some money, try ordering from a small ethnic mom and pop shop that's within walking distance, okay? Mom and pop shops are usually much cheaper, offer unique options, and can be healthier too.
If you want to cut down on your food costs even more, then cook more at home. New York City has every ingredient that you can imagine, so why not be adventurous and learn how to cook something from a different part of the world and might even try something you never had before.
Yeah.
You will update your palate and get a better cooking experience and save money at the same time.
Yeah. You already have to pay for gas and electric in your apartment, most likely, because utilities are usually not included. So you might as well use that and use the stove in your apartment and give yourself a chance to save money and improve your cooking skill. There are many fresh vegetables and dry goods you can find that you can save money on that cost the same price as a cup of coffee or a cup of noodles, all right? So don't think that doing this has to break the budget.
Now, question for you guys. Do you believe that you can find almost any ingredient that you can think of looking for in any part of New York City? Yes or no? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to finding food in grocery stores, it's a common misconception that the local stores are in the neighborhood are cheaper than big stores like Whole Foods or Trader Joe's.
Don't fall for it, guys, okay? The truth is that local New York City grocery stores like Pioneer, Key Food, and Seatown tend to have higher prices and lower quality food, especially when it comes to meat, more so than places such as Whole Foods and Trader Joe's.
Yep.
Truthfully, if you don't believe us, just compare the prices at the stores
And
or
just
on
look
their
at the
website.
meat. Just look at the meat.
It's expensive in those neighborhood stores, guys.
All right. Another grocery tip that can help you out and live frugally in New York and have a high quality of life is stay away from food that comes in packaging. Especially, you can buy your dry goods like rice, oatmeal, nuts, granola, beans, couscous,
Anything
whatever.
is dry.
You can always buy that in bulk. Also, never buy pre-cut veggies or fruits. Frugal means cutting your own fruits and vegetables, and you will save money because they get you on the
I
pre-cut
will tell you
stuff,
too, they're
all right?
probably doing those pre-cut things because those vegetables and fruits are about to go bad
bad.
anyway, and they charge you a premium for that now. If you follow this simple tip, you will eat better food and save tons of money. On the nights that you really don't want to cook and you just want to eat out, stick to stuff like pizza and Chinese food. Almost every New York City neighborhood has one. They are probably some of the best you'll ever have in the world, and they aren't expensive.
Yeah. If you find that you're spending too much money on alcohol and you plan to go out but not drive, the best ways to drink
drive.
frugally is to hit up happy hours or buy your own bottles and pregame at your house before you go out, okay? That's because depending on where you're hanging out in the city, a drink can easily cost you minimum $14 and then go up from there. And that's not even for the cold liquor. That's for like the bottom shelf liquor.
Now,
right?
why not spend that money on some nice high-end bottles from like places like Costco? Because really, pro tip, guys, liquor and food from Costco is high quality and is cheaper. The Kirkland blend is the same or even better than some of the top shelf brands that you know of.
Now, when you're at the bar, you can continue to save money by sticking to water or soda if you're thirsty, okay? Cranberry salsa looks just like cranberry and vodka and costs 5 times less.
Hello, okay?
And it also stops you from waking up with regrets the next morning, okay?
Twofer, okay? New York City is our home and our favorite city in the world. It is quite possible to live well here while saving money to pay off debt or invest. With some small adjustments, you can easily enjoy all of what New York City has to offer without feeling like you are struggling to just make ends meet.
Yeah, New York City is the place where dreams come true, but it doesn't have to be the place where you waste your money. So keep these tips in mind and have a great time in the Big Apple.
That's right. Now, if you found any value in this video, show these twins some love, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with someone you care about.
See you guys in the next video.
See you.